All right, the Reds, welcome to the instant post-match reaction as Liverpool have gone 5 points clear. Yes, 5 points clear. I know it's only, as of recording this video, the 9th of November. There's plenty of football to go, but certainly, by Lord, Liverpool have put us in a very promising position. It's beyond imagination for probably me, you, everyone watching or listening tonight in regards to the way in which Arne Slot has taken the reins at Liverpool and done exactly what Jurgen Klopp done, and that's really start really well with this Liverpool team. Early stages of Arne Slot football, Reds, but we are absolutely flying and we're loving it. We are absolutely loving it. We're basking in every single 3 points that comes about. Reds, let us know your thoughts. If you are watching this post-live video, get your man of the matches in, get your thoughts in the comment section below. But as you can see from my smile, I know your reactions and anticipation. If you're watching this on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, please do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying the journey. If you're new to Anfield Road TV as well, we've just come off the back of a very good live stream watch along as well. I got my prediction right, Reds. I went 2-0. First time I've actually got a prediction right in probably about 12 years or whatever it's been anyway. But yeah, Reds, let us know your moments of tonight's game anyway. We'll go through obviously the goals and what transpired within the game and then within the 94 minutes of this game as well, Reds. But by Lord, what a start to life for Arne Slot, and want to start to Liverpool so far this season. I know a lot of rivals will say, oh, you've not played anyone, but that's quite disrespectful to Manchester United, if you're being honest. But yeah, we've played what we could have, and by Lord, we know everyone that's watching this video or whatnot, you've watched constant hours of games of football. And as I said, 9th of November anyway, when it's fine for us fans to get ahead of ourselves because we're fans, but certainly those players, they've been here, done that, they've won the league title, a lot of them at Liverpool, they've represented Liverpool with so much pride and passion and quality as well. They know what they need to do to come the end of May, and that's just keep on winning games of football. Let our football doing the business. We can only focus on ourselves, but big shout out to Brighton as well in terms of their aspirations so far going into this season. It's a big 3 points for them. And yeah, Man City picking up a couple of injuries so far the last couple of weeks, but let's be honest, Manchester City's second and third team can certainly win the Premier League as well. They've got enough quality. I'm not having any stories of Man City going, oh, they got injuries. Yeah, so the rest of the other 19 other Premier League teams as well. But a lot of teams down there in the Premier League can't replace every position with 50-odd million pounds here and there as well. But yeah, and yeah, obviously Trent going off, the only disappointing factor off the back of tonight's game as well, Reds, was obviously Trent getting that early injury as well. Big up there, the Anfield Lark. Big up, mate. I know you're probably at the ground tonight, mate, and the Anfield Lark, mate, what was that atmosphere like? Obviously listening to it, and obviously everyone watching at home, you could hear the Anfield atmosphere was fantastic tonight. It was a bit of a weird time kickoff, obviously 8 p.m. on a Saturday, but it sounded like it was a European style atmosphere, mate. But that certainly did translate to the pitch tonight. It was a very, very hard fought 2-0 win at home at Anfield anyway. But yeah, the Anfield Lark, nice one. Everyone, make sure you do head over to the Anfield Lark on YouTube as well. We've got plenty of content out there. Probably got a couple of the goals and certainly a lot of videos from tonight as well. So drop them a follow and subscribe as well, most importantly. And Revenite, big up the slot machine. Yes, it's well and truly spinning so far this season. Revenite, we need to win the league. For all these Chelsea rival fans, but it's Revenite. Just focus on ourselves, mate. Forget about the outfield noise. Forget about City. Forget about Arsenal. Just focus on our football. If we let our football do the business, we'll certainly come away with our 20th league title. I've got full confidence in that. In terms about the goals as well tonight, we'll get straight into the goals. In all honesty. It's the goals, it was then you know what you're going to anticipate with a game against Aston Villa. Unai Emery sets his side up really well, very well structured. I think Arnie Slot just come off the apologies a bit late there, chat. I was just watching Arnie's post-match comments as well, but he just said it as it was, like overseeing it really. A game against Aston Villa, you're not going to get a lot of opportunities, but when those opportunities do arrive within the game, you need to take them. And Liverpool certainly did punish this Aston Villa side in regards to their defensive counter. The 2 goals come from counter attacks off a corner. And football's a very, very fickle old game, really. That's what it's all about. That's the only opportunity you might have against Aston Villa on the counter attacks. And it was very reminiscent of a Jurgen Klopp side in terms of the fast flowing football, high intensity, but the opportunity, especially for that first goal, chat. Obviously, the Darwin Nunez goal come off the back of on the 20th minute, 19th minute. Anyway, it's Salah getting dragged down. Chat, what are we saying on that? For me, it was a bit of a mad one. I felt if that ball didn't go in the back of the net, I felt that was going to be a red card. If I'm being honest, a crazy decision from the referee not to give a red card. But you probably know, probably after the live comments as well, is it the double jeopardy rule? That is within football. The referee said play on, or did he? Because obviously we've seen another replay where the referee said no free kick or whatnot. But I'm guessing that was his notion of just saying play on to the other ends of the pitch as well anyway. But chat, a very well taken goal by Darwin Nunez. I know everyone would be like, oh, he took a heavy touch. He did, but in all honesty, it was for me, it was a very good touch. He took across the goalkeeper in terms of Emi Martinez. That's one thing Martinez does really well against any top attacker is positional play. The Argentina goalkeeper anyway. We've seen it for Argentina winning the Copa America, winning the World Cup as well. He's a very difficult goalkeeper to beat. And Darwin Nunez made it look quite easy, if I'm being honest, really. But yeah, Nunez could have had a hat-trick before half-time. It's one of those games, but the main thing for Nunez off the back of tonight's game was he's got that goal to give him a lot more confidence, really, and that's what we want. I think if we can get Darwin Nunez in as much confidence and as happy in front of goal, because the thing is with Nunez, I know everyone, especially rival fans, to jump on the back of him, really, and going, oh, he's missed that, but surely that's a good indicating factor of Darwin Nunez creating chances himself. He's getting into these positions in the pitch that he will inevitably score goals. And that's the main thing. Whether you're Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, let's be honest, not every single attacker in European football finishes every single chance. But obviously, it suits their rivals' narrative of, oh, Darwin Nunez has missed another chance. Don't know, it's frustrating, but Darwin Nunez, he got the business done tonight, getting the goal. Could have had a hat-trick, but there will be a couple of games this season where Nunez comes away with the hat-trick ball. I'm fully confident in that. If we continue playing with the fast attacking opportunities, we'll create. Nunez won't just score goals, he'll create chances as well for your team, and that's certainly what Darwin Nunez done, and that obviously getting the first goal as well. But it was really positive. If you've got to analyse Nunez's game tonight, he was getting into those opportunities. I think obviously that header just before half time really just. It was in the second half, sorry, as we started the second half. Nunez could have got another goal, but I think, end of the day, Nunez, he's creating absolute havoc in the opposition penalty area, and that's only a good thing for Liverpool, for all of us, really, in all honesty. Big up there, the Anfield Lark. My mate James was there. He'll be getting the atmosphere last few games as well. Yeah, big up there, the Anfield Lark. Yeah, the atmosphere. Thing is, Arne Slot, I tell you what, he would have heard stories, quite rightly so. Obviously, he would have watched plenty of Liverpool games down the years, obviously being the final manager as well, but just being as a neutral as well. Certainly, I'm pretty sure he would have watched the FC Barcelona Liverpool semi-final a couple of years ago. But it gets talked about for a reason, really. Kev will be joining us now. Give us a thumbs up when you're ready, Kevlar. Obviously, Kev was just running a bit late anyway. I had to set up the camera and everything, lad. But Kev, how are we, lad?
Good. 5 points clear at the top of the league.
Sorry, there, chat. Boys, there you go. Oh, good, mate. Carry on. Yeah, it was feedback on my head. Yeah.
Okay. 5 points clear at the top of the league, man. Happy out. How are you, lads? You alright? You all good?
All good. 8 points clear of Arsenal, potentially come tomorrow. I've not got a clue why my connection has just gone when you've just joined, lads. Well, we're back in the room. Apologies, Kev. Speaking of Darwin Nunez, I was just saying he could have had a hat-trick tonight, but I don't want to dwell on the negatives in regards to Darwin Nunez, because we've done plenty of shows and Reds. He's an absolute menace in the penalty area. Yes, he come away from tonight's game with only a goal, but there will be a couple of games this season. I think we're all fully confident of him getting a hat-trick. But just thoughts on in regards to that first goal. As I said at the top of the show, Liverpool, big opportunities come off the back of Aston Villa's corners. But a team like Aston Villa, as we spoke about last night, they're not going to give any opposition team a lot of chances. So when they arrive on counter-attacks or however they arrive, it's certainly Liverpool have got to take the opportunities, and they did with that first goal, mate.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, great finish from Darwin as well, by the way. Yeah. And he's a striker. You can allow him as well to try and take the second shot, but there was lads coming in either side of him. Not going to be too negative about him. He's getting into those positions. He's doing it well. I think more the same from him for the rest of the season, and I think we're going to be. I think we're going to be okay, to be honest with you. With regards to him for now. I mean, as long as he keeps kind of putting the effort in, anyway. At least you can see the effort is there. You can see the runs are being.
You're always going to get that with Nunez. You're always going to get the effort.
He's going to create the chances. He's going to get, but eventually he'll start putting them away. And that's all I can hope and see that he'll put all of them away rather than at least put away 60% of them, in a game and he's kind of laughing, So. Yeah, there was certain opportunities tonight. The header was a miss, but I think he was a bit surprised by that. I think he didn't think he was getting past the defender, and he kind of had to react. And it was a good reaction, but he just didn't get it on target with that reaction. That chance then with the skyward shot was pretty poor. But we should have been a lot more comfortable than we were before we were comfortable. But I don't think, Jack, that any of that team, some of the team were in first gear, were just doing the bits and pieces. Some of the team were in second gear. When I say that, I mean they slowed down the game completely. We just kept passing. That's down to us. Yeah.
It's so positive, mate. People might go, "Oh, you're being too overly positive." Nah, mate. We just watched this Liverpool team. I say slap Aston Villa, and this is Aston Villa. They've won obviously 3 of the 4 Champions League games, and you'll have rival fans going, "Oh, they haven't played anyone," but they just beat Bayern Munich and other big teams in Europe. Certain other clubs in the Premier League have never been in Champions League, so rightly so. Villa, any Villa fans, let us know your thoughts on this game. They come to Anfield with a game plan. Liverpool stifled that game plan, Kev, as you said there, and it's again the control. Liverpool's total utter control, and it's not just control from your midfielders or your attackers. It's the lads at the back. I know Salah, rightly so, he got my man of the match, and I won that obviously the chat voted on the watch long for Salah man of the match. But again, imperious from Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robbo, Ibu.
Ibu was my man of the match.
Yeah, Ibu was for me second close. But there was, I think it was one of the chances in the first half. Oh no, it was the second half, sorry, where I think the ball comes down Robbo's channel. And I don't know if it was Jordan or Watkins or whatever, but the whole defensive unit, the one player you don't want to be showed into a corridor of a defender was Virgil van Dijk. I don't know if you can remember the Kev or chat, let us know, but it was just the fact that it was good defending from Robbo. Then we transitioned it from Ibu, and then I think it was one of the Villa attacker, whoever it was had Virgil van Dijk in front of him. And if you're an Aston Villa attacker, you're like, really? Like, it's they're not putting, and I'm not having Saliba this, Saliba that. Sod Saliba, mate. Yeah. We've got the best French centre half in European football at this moment in time. He has been one of the best French centre halves in world football for the best part of the last couple of years. But for some reason, the French national side don't pick him. You've got this fetish of Upamecano playing ahead of Ibu Kanate, which I don't get.
It's just the injury thing, I think, over the last couple of seasons. He's done well now this season, in fairness. There's not too many injuries, but tonight, my heart was in my mouth when I seen him touching his knee.
No.
So when I seen that, it was kind of my heart was in my mouth. I was like, oh no. not Ibu. Just don't do that to me. Like, so, yeah. Not that we don't have good backup in Joe Gomez and Kwanzaa. They're capable of doing the job and getting us through games. It's just that Ibu gives you that extra factor. I love hearing like the 10 times in a game where it goes Ibu, boo, boo. Sometimes 5 in the space of about 3. He does need a song. Yeah.
Defensively, in terms of structure from Liverpool, Kev, what really impressed you?
It was just effortless, really. In stages, Trent went off, whatever the kind of, I don't know what kind of happened to him with these.
Supposedly a hamstring injury.
So similar to what happened to the guy in Villa. I think he went down as well. Yeah. But Conor Bradley came on and was brilliant when he came on. So there's a fluidity between the play, between the level of play between the substitutes coming on and the lads going off. Same with Szoboszlai when he came on. He was good when he came on, and so was Gakpo when he replaced Nunez and moved Diaz into the centre. It was just seamless. Really, it was just extra threat, extra control, with just fresher legs, and different dynamics to it. So it was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it immensely. It just goes to show, if you'd have told me like at the start of the season we'd be sitting 5 points clear after 11 games, and we would have lost it, and we would have lost the game as well. So top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League, everything. I would have bit the arm off you, really. So I'm super happy to be where we are now. I'm delighted with Zlatan, how he's adapting games. He's a coach that can adapt really, really well to changes in other team systems, and that he relays that straight away onto the pitch. And I think he's really drilled into the lads a multitude of ways where he's probably given them like trigger points where to change, and then when they change, he then guides them from then who needs to move where or whatever. They don't need to remember every single step of movement or detail, it seems, because Slot is constantly kind of going tuck over or tuck in, and then you're there to stay there and watch that, and it's great. And yourself, we were talking about it yesterday with the story with Trent Alexander-Arnold, how he told him to get 8 degrees more to his right, and he's turning to his right, and he's spot on. He's probably done the same with all the rest of the lads, and it's improved their game vastly. But as we said, he's learned from Pep Linders in that course that they did, and it was the Slot way and Linders way and the Buvac way that he developed on. I know he's transformed it and put in the gaps that were missing in Klopp's game and added to it and brought it up with his own style as well, included in it, and slowed it down a bit. I don't care. We're top of the league. You might miss a bit of the gung-ho football, but I think that comes when we destroy teams and teams are left with nothing else to do. That's when the flare kind of goes up and the flare game comes back into it, and you see more of a Klopp-style team than taking off. So I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah, this type of football is within the history of football. We go back to the 70s and 80s and even 80,000s, even Guardiola, Barcelona, and so on. The countless league titles they won, and even City over the last 5-6 seasons as well. This football is a lot more sustainable. Yeah. Like in terms of the intensity of the players, the longevity as well, the longevity, as you've said there. It's Klopp's football was great to watch, even as a neutral probably, but it wasn't sustainable. Hence why we literally ran Fabinho into the ground. Henderson ran into the ground. Milner.
Robber's there at the moment.
Yeah,
he's not gotten back to the full level yet because his body's just too tired to get there. So as I said to you the last time with regards Fabinho, I know like at 80% is still better than most of the people in the league, but Fabinho was playing at about 30% of the way he could, because his body just couldn't physically get back. And I'm just hoping that these little rotations are going to help Robbo get back to the type of player he can be, regardless of his age. He's still quite young for a defender to be able to be feeling this kind of pinch now. And hopefully, look, he does pick up the fitness. He'll go in with Scotland and come back probably a bit fitter, a bit stronger. And that's what we've done.
I just want him to retire.
I love Robbie. He's one of my favourite all-time players at Liverpool. I'd love to see him stay with us the whole time. So, yeah.
Yeah, retire, Robert, if you're watching, lads. Apologies, chat. Don't know why my camera went in me into a Smurf, into an F.
Probably some of the app probably tried to, when you go blue like that, it means an app tried to activate, and then it doubles, it tries to take the colours of both directions. Yeah, some sort of app in your PC or something. What
have you got running in the background there, Kev, lad?
No, it can only happen with a physical device into a computer. Yeah,
when you got StreamYard running here at the minute.
Yeah, it could have been that you highlighted over OBS, and it might have thought it was about to activate, and then it just flashed for a second. So that means two apps would have been using like a browser and an app would have been using the camera at the same time. That's where the blue comes from, anyway. Anyway, just a fun fact, lads. Sorry,
I'm not even on OBS, so
I know.
Who's on that?
Yeah.
But yeah, chess, as Kev said, the happy days. We're absolutely flying. In terms of obviously the second goal, transition as well. A big win, as I said, top of the show. Big win for Brighton. I know it's helped us really well, but any points dropped, I think it's not just a celebration for Liverpool, but it's a celebration for football in general. Even around
big win, Jack. I mean, Brighton were just cagey at the start of that game. They absolutely destroyed City in the second half. Like destroyed them. They took them apart. Brighton could have scored about 7 or 8 against City tonight, and that's how convincing it was. Even though it was close to 2-1 near the end, that's what it's probably similar to you could say about Liverpool, that we were dominant over Aston Villa and they got a couple of chances from a couple of corners and that was about it. And the rest of the time we could have scored 6 or 7 ourselves, So yeah, Brighton could have easily demolished City there tonight. The City looked laboured, they looked tired, they looked like they're just trying to go, I'll be honest with you, they all look like Fabinho's and Henderson's at the moment. They all look like they're tired, they just can't get that extra oomph out of themselves to get going. And they're always their natural what do you call it, muscle memory of how they play is ingrained in them, so they'll always drift into these positions, always drag the ball back, always try and keep possession, whatever. But the minute they get turned over or they get intercepted a little bit, you see that as if they can't go for it. They're drained mentally and physically at the moment, I think.
We're 5 points clear though, mate, in chat. Big up there, a couple of new faces in the chat as well. Big up there. You never walk alone. Hey lads, how do you think we're feeling, lads? We're absolutely on cloud nine, lads. We're sound. Hope you're enjoying that result today, mate, as well. Obviously, results in the Premier League. Brentford won 3-2 today. Palace got beat 2-0. Diev drew. But that sounds like a boring game, 0-0 against West Ham away. Wolves won 2-0. And obviously the big game tomorrow for Chelsea versus Arsenal. A massive game for both teams, regardless of obviously their aspirations of wanting to be in a title race. But yeah, I think Arsenal have already, and we're only in the 1st of November. There's a long way to go. It's a long way to go, and we're not counting our chickens yet. But as we've seen with Liverpool and City in previous campaigns to win a Premier League title, if you give it City or Liverpool an opportunity to go 5, 8, 10 points clear, and the momentum, hopefully, for the next couple of weeks, Kev, it's just, as you just alluded to, then there's one thing, especially if this Liverpool team do get fully up to speed, it will be really difficult for them as well. But yeah, big up there. You never walk alone. Salah's now in double digits for both goals and assists this season. It's November 8th, and we're watching the current best player in the world as well. It's remarkable, mate, in all honesty. You looking at the statistics there for Salah, Kev?
I'm looking at a few. I'm looking at ones for Salah and see how far he is behind Haaland. But in the Premier League, it's 12-8. But Salah's got one in the Champions League. But at the moment, they've both played 11 and Haaland. But Haaland did his initial burst.
Goal tonight.
He got a goal, but his initial 11 were done in the first couple of games. He hasn't scored for a few games. So like he's on a bit of a downer. He's always able to score. He's a world-class striker. He's always able to score, but Salah's caught up since. So yeah, and Mbeumo is there and Chris Wood is there. They're all on 8 along with Salah. So Southampton up next for us. So
that's going to be a difficult game away from home. We're not taking anything for granted, mate, are we? So it's in regards to the first goal, Kev. There might have been clarification for me, probably has been already on the Premier League's Twitter page. Obviously, the referee, did he give advantage? Well, for me, I was screaming for the red. Obviously, a red card, but there's probably a thing in the ruling where if a opposition team does score, and can they not bring it back for a potential red card as well? Obviously, not bring it back for the free kick, but it was advantage from the referee. But can the player then get sent off after the goal's been put in the back of the net?
There's certain scenarios that can happen. I'm trying to see what's the name of that thing, Jack. That page with the. I'm on Twitter here at the moment.
Communications,
Premier League
match communications or something along that
League
line.
match
Chat. So let us know your
match
thoughts.
center. That's it.
Yeah, Match Center. Yeah, just have a little scroll through that. Let's get through all your comments as well. Nice one. You never walk alone. Good to see you in the comments, mate. We're still underdogs though, lads, because we haven't played anyone, and plus nobody expected us to be in this position before the league began.
Yeah, I
can sense your sarcasm there, Zaid. No, it's amazing. Let them keep on chatting, Zayn. Like that's the thing. There'll be pundits. There'll be people. Like I think we all remember that Leicester side that kept on winning, and the pundits for like 25 weeks. I get it's Leicester, and you're not expecting them to win the league, but it's quite clear that Leicester would have won the league that season. After like 10 games because the football they were playing, mate. But have you found anything, Kev, in regards to their
there's nothing there. It's 6 hours ago was the last they shut down. Nothing was there for the City game. Nothing was there for that. It must only work between a certain hour of the day.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I don't know.
They are fuming. Must have been a day off for the fella that was
who was the guy that fouled Salah? Was that 31? That was
I think it was the Bailey. I think Bailey. Yeah. But for me, it was a bit of a mad one, though, chat. I obviously on my watch along, and I said on my goal reactions as well, you can hear me going, "Is that a red card?" I felt it might have been a red card, but it doesn't matter. Liverpool went on to win the game as well. But in terms of the second goal, going into the second half, as Kev alluded to at the top of the show, we spoke about it. Liverpool grew into the game more in the second half. I think the only back end of the game, 74 minutes plus, that's when Aston Villa had a lot more possession. But it's the fact that, as we spoke about last night, Kev, we're very content in regards to that game was still 1-0 up until the 74th minute. And then in and around that time, that's where Villa grew into the game a bit more in the second half. But the fact that we scored when Villa were on top just goes to show the potential kill, like the quality and the killer instinct from this Liverpool side got just going into not just tonight, but in terms of the weeks to come as well. That's like it's phenomenal to watch. It's beyond comprehension, really, because
it's amazing, man.
It's not just a case of just Liverpool's concentration levels. That is just clearly drilled into them from a day-to-day, week-to-week planning perspective, really, for me, mate.
Yeah, I do like the fact that we've transitioned so easily into the slot setup means the slot came in with a game plan to not try and completely convert to a style of football that he probably fully wants to play, but a style of football that he can integrate the stuff that he really thinks the team needs, right now, like I said earlier. And I think we're still playing that kind of thing, but I think slowly, as you see the games going on, we're less gung-ho attacking and more of a constructed interchange and pass team. So it's looking well. I think maybe Nottingham Forest was kind of a turning point to that because he was implementing both styles and it kind of caught us out with the wing backs a small bit. So, but it hasn't since, which is great. But outside that, no, it's been fairly seamless. We look comfortable when we're defending the ball as well. There's never really been any panic situations happening, even at the 1-0. I know there's a couple of chances or whatever there that
Kelleher again, another game where Kelleher is needed, and I mean, Villa had like 4 or 5 big chances tonight again. I think
2 corners in a row, 2 headers.
Joint highest goal scorers in terms of set pieces, Villa, with Arsenal and the threat. I think everyone might go, "Oh, he's it," but that's the sign of a great goalkeeper, just being there at that right moment, in the right position. It's all about positional play, and obviously the camera panned to Alisson Becker quickly, checking obviously the iPads on the bench as well, and it was a really good positive result, really, mate. Wasn't it? Like again.
Like it's he's my country's goalkeeper now, so he's we kind of love him over here. But yeah, look, fantastic display. He doesn't really put a foot wrong. He's like Alisson, he has 1 in 20 where he gets maybe a bit of a bungle or a bad flutter of give away a ball or just a poor positional sense. But but that's a world class keeper when you're comparing him to that, you know. And he hasn't set a foot wrong. He was catching brilliantly tonight. I think one time he came out and he called for it, but Ibu didn't hear him, and Ibu near the end of the game, and Ibu headed it out for another corner. But then in the next couple of chances that Aston Villa got, he was just grabbing it in the air and then sending us on the way as well for a counter attack, which is great. Look, he hasn't put a foot wrong. He's positional sense has been brilliant. I mean, you have to give it up to like John Achterberg and Taffarel and all them that were involved before and after for the development of the game for the goalkeepers and the guys that have taken over with Slot as well. They seem to have done vast improvements, and like Kelleher's always been great, but he's adding kind of Ali stuff to his game now. He's coming out in the 1v1s and where the hand and the legs are dropping is very similar to how Ali would do it. And I think it's been installing these guys how to, you know, it's again a muscle memory for him, where to come out not play where the man is going, play where you can stop him getting the angles in and force him to chip it or put it where you want him to. And that's that's just down to the testament of good goalkeeping coaching and lads that listen. Because Yaros did brilliantly when he came on as well in the last few weeks, pre-season also. Ali we already know, and Kelleher. Three really good goalkeepers, to be honest with you. Any of them could get into any Premier League side, if you want my opinion.
100%, no, 100%. Yeah. Just looking at the statistics, some to come out. I know a lot of you do like statistics. In regards to Liverpool, had 611 passes to Villa's 339. Liverpool's passing accuracy was really on top form again tonight. We had an 88 percentile pass accuracy to Aston Villa's 82. In the opposition half, we had 244 in Aston Villa's half compared to Aston Villa's 88 in Liverpool's as well. Accurate long balls, Liverpool shaded that 48% long ball accuracy compared to Aston Villa's 45 as well. In regards to big chances created, statistically speaking, for both sides tonight, in regards to big chances missed, Villa had 4 to Liverpool's 3 as well. We've mentioned already at the top of the show, Nunez missed a couple of those big chances, but it is what it is. He got a goal, could have come away easily from this game with a hat-trick as well, and he will do this season. I think we're all confident in it. I know it's frustrating, but the main thing is he's getting into those areas of the pitch where he's causing absolute chaos, and long may it continue as well. Liverpool had 14 shots compared to Aston Villa's 12. 5 shots on target for Liverpool, 2 Aston Villa's 2 shots on target. And that in itself, Kev, I think over the last couple of years, really, it's one thing, as we spoke about, the collective defensive display from Liverpool, but it's in terms of just the structural play as well, limiting opposition teams from just having shots on target. It sounds simple in terms of just saying that in general, but how many times have we watched, for the best part of the last 10 years, of watching Manchester United, as much as we enjoy it, like the amount of shots they concede on goal, just like teams down there within the Premier League and European football. But Liverpool's we're putting out fires before they've even happened. And that's such a positive position to be in. In terms of the overall sense, we controlled the game, second half, and just total utter counter-attacking displays. But in terms of going into not just the Southampton game, but in terms of the weeks to come as well, Kev, what do you want to see a bit more in terms of, yes, we can improve, but in terms of just the overall sense from Liverpool's game going into the next couple of weeks, the big games against Real Madrid's as well, what do you want to see a bit more?
I can't complain, Jack.
If you want to be greedy,
if I want to be greedy, I want to see Nunez scoring more.
Yeah,
I want to see him putting away more of those chances. I want to see him putting away at least 30% more of those chances that he gets. If he puts away 30% more of those chances, he's scoring 2 goals a game. You know what I mean? Or, at least 2 goals every second game or something like that. I'd like to see more out of that. Again, I want to see Curtis Jones develop a bit more. He does well now when he comes on. He's doing all the right kind of things, but because of our new setup, he tends to hold on to the game a bit longer than what he even used to do before. So once that's out of his game, I'll be happy. So, but that'll come eventually. But I'm not complaining too much because he's doing all the right things. He's not giving the ball away. He's not losing the possession on it like he used to before when it happened. So that's good. That's another good thing. Want to see a bit more from.
I think it's so important that we do, we're just so controlled on the ball.
Yeah.
agree. I think every Liverpool fan, when we all critique Curtis, but that's what we've already mentioned at the top of the show. The Trent's defenders improved, Van Dijk's. Even though we all know Van Dijk's quality, but I tell you what, if Arne Slot can certainly improve Van Dijk from his own play and his own style, certainly I think a Ballon d'Or might be knocking on the door for Virgil. If his levels do improve in the next 2-3 years, certainly if he spearheads and leads Liverpool on to win, hopefully a domestic Premier League and a Champions League double as well, that would be fantastic as well. But yeah, in terms of from a defensive point of view, we mentioned Kelleher. Obviously, Connor Bradley, Trent, yes, with the injury looking like a hamstring injury, might be missing for probably about 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully no longer. But at the end of the day, as we've said already, Connor Bradley coming tonight didn't look out of place at all, really hit the ground running. And that's certainly what you want to be seeing, as Kev alluded to, with Gomez and Konsa as well.
And Tsimikas, when he's playing over the last few weeks as well, he's been great. You know, Tsimikas does the odd Tsimikas blunder thing, but lately it's led to like maybe about 2 goals, but the rest of the time he's done pretty well. Like 95% of the time in the game, he's done pretty well. Just like with his back turned to goal last week against was it in Leverkusen? Is it Frimpong or something was coming up on his back? But you can't defend like that. That's one situation. And the Brighton goal last week where he wasn't out quick enough. Before that, you know, there's certain little scenarios that you want rattled out of the game, but that'll only come with match fitness with Tsimikas, you know. Or game time, and he's getting more of that this season, which is great. Slot is using the squad, man. He's not sticking to the same 11. We seem to be changing starting 11s quite regularly. You know, tonight I assumed that he would go with the same with Bayer Leverkusen with Diaz through the centre, but Darwin pops up out of nowhere, and Gatwa was dropped after scoring like non-stop in the last few weeks, and it's just good to have that kind of rotation within the squad, really.
Yeah, it's all good chat, and as we said, there will be. The last couple of weeks, there will be bumps along the road, hopefully not soon, but when they do arrive, we're not going to be screaming our heads off. We're going to be patient. We're going to be calm. That's certainly what Arne Slot will be, a calm figure already. You watch him on the touchline, even the post-match interview with TNT again tonight. He's the calmest man on Merseyside, really. He's winning games of football, but I think that just translates really well to the pitch, on the pitch as well, though, Kev. I think it's not a welcomed change, but certainly a very drastic change for what we are
from Jurgen, from the passion
we have been used to, really, in regards to the animated figure.
But he's not getting carried away yet. You know, I think you will see it's a lot more animated as the season goes on. I just think he doesn't let himself get dragged into it yet. I think that even the players are taking it game to game at this stage. He's now referencing, like, he's saying all the right things about Anfield, and he's and how positive Anfield is, and how noisy has Anfield been in the last few games has been brilliant. So that tonight again, just non-stop singing, brilliant. During the week against Bayer Leverkusen, it's just we need that kind of stuff, especially with 3 games on the bounce away from home that we had. I know we've 3 games on the bounce after City coming up as well, with Newcastle, Everton and Girona all in a row. So that's going to be kind of like, we're going to need the cop for that Real Madrid and that Manchester City game, which they will be up for anyway. Like 100% are going to be up for those games. It wouldn't be, I mean, Jesus, even a fellow who didn't know a song going to Anfield would be up for that game, so yeah.
Yeah, so everyone going to grounds, keep on doing what you're doing, because it's an absolutely phenomenal job. And even the Reds around the world as well. Yeah. We'll be singing our hearts out and watching the Reds and giving our all, because certainly these lads are doing so. We're so proud, and yes, it's early stages, but as we've just mentioned there with Arne Slot, I think come what, if it is 10 games left to go, and he calls upon, if he just has that, calls upon the crowd, then I think the crowd will even more deliver as well, because as we've seen, the years of the 70s, the 80s as well, Kev, even in the 2000s when we've needed. Big up there, Irishman football as well. Is that one of your mates there, mate? Big up there, mate. Oh no, who's that?
He's your buddy. He's got a blue. He's blue.
He's a mod. It's
I think it's a red armchair came in there as well. I think it's a Liverpool 12th man raid. Is it? There you go.
Oh, there we go.
See you later, Jack.
So yeah.
The magic is gone, lads. You've seen the magic is gone. All right, shh.
Nice one, chat.
Santa's real, don't worry.
There we go. But nice one for the raid there, lads. I will sort out my camera. Probably overheating as well because we have been going for a good 3 hours anyway.
Yeah.
But obviously, Kev, just a thought on that Anfield atmosphere. How crucial can it be?
Huge, man. Do you know what adds to that? The atmosphere now as well is the new stand, man. The new stand is loud as hell. You know, I know I've got my tickets there, but the stand is loud, and you'd be surprised how loud it is. You know, it's even giving the cop a run for its money. So, you know, if you've got that booming from one side and the cop is already there, and you know, if they do improve on the cop and the Kenny stand, where they're going to make it kind of like they're going to have to make it kind of circular, I think, in the build. They're still going to have to focus on that cop being that kind of wide bit, and Kenny stand. You might see a sacrifice of the flatness there, you know, but who cares? Because I mean, you know, the level of the noise there is fantastic at the moment. But look, lads, 5 points clear, you know, 5 points clear at the top of the league with 11 games gone. You know, Darwin scoring tonight as well. Salah scoring again. You know, two Player of the Month awards as well for Salah so far this season. It'll be 4 months played. I think Haaland might have got one before his 9 goals that time, and I think Cole Palmer might have got one, and Salah's got the other 2. I mean, that just goes to show you like how good it actually is, you know, with regards how well we're doing. And like Salah, if anybody thought Salah was finished because of the way he was playing in the last season or so, he's still hitting like 39 GA a season. You know, his worst season is 39 GA. He's already up to 10 goals at the moment and 9 assists. And it's been 11 games into the season plus the handful of Champions League games. That's a nuts record. So yeah. But look, 3 points, top of the league. Hey, Jack.
Hello.
Is it over here?
Yeah.
Is your Mac breaking down? I keep telling Jack to move to PC, like, just get off that Mac stuff.
Yeah, it is ancient.
It is, yeah. But
it's as old as Man United winning the league title nearly.
It is, yeah. I remember last. Actually, I'm still going to find that post, Jack. I'm going to find that post, and I'm going to put up. I put a post up in 2013 when they were saying good luck to Alex Ferguson, and everything in that post I said is after happening to Manchester United. Every single thing. And that was before it even happened. So yeah.
Mystic Kev. But massive thank you for the 12-man raid as well. Really do appreciate, lads. Obviously, we've got to do a lot of. I'm going to get a lot more people involved in the channel as well, chat. Not just Kev and everyone. Massive thank you for all your support as well, Reds. But long may it continue in regards to Liverpool picking up 3 points. Yeah, man of the match for you, Kev, was Kanate.
I think. Yeah, he's just so well covering off. You know, there was a couple of things he just made look effortless, where it looked like they had chances going through on goal, and obviously he just stepped across them, and just love hearing that sound out to the right of my head, kind of go wee boo boo boo. You know, when I hear that goal, I'm just like, you know, it's great to hear that. And every time that they had a chance on the attack, he was clearing it out of the way. Forge effortless as well. So yeah, but I have to give praise as well to Maka, how good he was stepping into Gravenberch's position when Gravenberch was stepping out. Maka was going in there and just like seamlessly taking up the slot of covering off Gravenberch so well and so easily. Just allowed Curtis Jones to have a freedom. It was like a circular motion happening between the midfield. It's nice to see because they're just watching each other's rotation, and they're filling in the gaps that the others are leaving, and it's refreshing to see. It's been a while. So
100%, mate. 100% Reds. It's just looking at the fixtures here as well, as Kev alluded to, and we probably all know them as well, but not to look ahead of ourselves, but in terms of looking into obviously just looking at the results as well, just quickly, it's just green, so above the board, 3 points, green. Southampton on the horizon. Obviously, is that really? What are we now? Yeah, it's going to be 2 weeks Sunday.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a day. Yeah, it's 15 days.
Yes.
15 days.
International football, Reds.
Salah and the boys are going off on holiday because they're not playing in the international break.
I was going to say. Arnie Schlott's going to see his family as well, which is great. Fully deserves it. Gaffer go and have a good time with the family, and the lads that have put in the hard yards as well for Liverpool. That, as you allude to there, Kev, I think Salah might be getting a couple of weeks off, and rightly so. Just recharge.
I think he asked for it a few weeks ago, I think, and he said that I don't want to do the November. I think last year that's when he started picking up the injury. Remember, he was out for like 3 months, and then I think that's when he kind of feels the burn a bit then, and when it comes to Ramadan at the end of the year for him, after the end of the season for him. That's the kind of that's the time he feels the burns the most, I think.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And just so we got Southampton once we're back from the international break, away from home, and then obviously we got the big double header against Real Madrid at home and Manchester City both at home. Anyway, we can put certainly a nail in Real Madrid's coffin in regards to their Champions League standard. Obviously, probably will qualify outside the top 8, certainly, but obviously never write off Real Madrid. But in regards to our qualification for the latter stages of the Champions League, it will give us a huge boost, especially getting into that top 8. It certainly gives you that advantage going into the last 16 as well. Obviously, your second leg in the second leg is at Anfield. It is at home anyway, so it's a good positive for that as well. And then obviously Manchester City on the 1st of December, and then away from home after that is obviously Newcastle on the 4th of December away. So 3 days after that game, big turnaround. That will be difficult. We know how difficult obviously Newcastle is, and then obviously it's just as Kev alluded to before, 3 games every week. It's ridiculous.
Away from home as well. Is that 4? No, it's just 3 games away. Yeah, 3 games in a row away from home.
Yeah, so it's going to be crazy, mate. Yeah. So Newcastle away, Everton away, Girona away, and then we're then at home against Fulham on the 14th of December.
And then it's away and away again with Southampton and Spurs. So it's a tough period. But the good thing is that it's I think you call it Boxing Day, is it? And we call it St. Stephen's Day. So yeah, we call it St. Stephen's Day. I think you call it Boxing Day. But that's at home to Leicester. So that's I always enjoy a good day like that for the football at home. It's it just means that there's going to be a multitude of home games coming up as well for the second half of the season. So we should get a nice little run together.
Little bit of the stars aligning. It wasn't too long ago when we played Leicester away from home, and we remember that Boxing Day fixture. It
was after the Club World Cup.
Yeah,
and there was
that was probably our biggest result of the season. One of the biggest results of the season. The Trent celebration into the corner to the travelling cop. And the rest is history, as they say. Yeah. And that's when the lads went and got bevied for like 3 months because we were flying at the top of the league. And certainly, I remember that video when Trent got told by Salah, "Line up, lads," and he's like, "Oh, yeah." One game at a time, but us fans, we can dream. Arne Slot has made us dream again, Kev. He's made this team play. And there's certainly levels still to come for this Liverpool side as well. If you are just tuning in, Reds, go back onto the video. Let us know your thoughts on what has been a fantastic result again tonight for Liverpool. Yes, we're 5 points clear, but we just focus on ourselves, Kev. Liverpool focus on ourselves. My man of the match tonight was Salah. Kev's was Ibu. We spoke about the quality so far from all those lads again tonight. And even the lads coming in on the substitutions when they will be called upon in the next couple of weeks. We just quickly went through some of the fixtures as well. There's a lot of fixtures, but certainly Pep Guardiola be banging his head against the wall tonight going, yep, I have to give Liverpool a 5 point clear. And obviously with the fixtures, not just for Liverpool, they're going to be congested. It's going to be chock-a-blocker tomorrow for Arsenal. A must-win game for them, really, in all honesty. I know we're only on November the 10th, but certainly Arsenal need to win that to have any chance of being in contention for a league title this season as well. And certainly top 4 for Arsenal. Tell you what, Chelsea and the other lads around there, even Villa as well, started really well.
We have Chelsea and Arsenal for the 4th game and the 3rd game left in the season.
Yeah.
So like fourth last game, 3rd last game is Chelsea and then Arsenal and then Brighton and then a home to Crystal Palace. So it's a tough one now. Yes.
Yeah, well, hopefully we've got the league boxed off even before that.
That'd be great. That's a fun fact as well that you could put into a quiz. You know, who's the earliest and the latest at the same time to ever win the league?
It's probably we were probably the earliest, weren't we? Because it was a joke, really.
It was the pandemic, yeah, because we did it. We did it the earliest amount of games to win it in 2020, but also it was completed in June, so it was also the latest to win it at the same time. Yeah.
Late 10 points clear, the arse. Can I say it was terrific, Ibu? Big up there.
So she said.
Last time we played Leicester Boxing Day, we won the league. Like,
yeah.
maybe the stars are aligning. Hopefully they are, but certainly these lads are making us really proud this season. Plenty of content to come. Kev, massive thank you for coming on, mate. Obviously,
No problem, man.
where can everyone find you, please, mate? The links to Kev's channels and everything are in the description as well, Reds.
Yeah.
Who are watching us on the repeat.
You'll find me. I didn't get to do the TikTok thing today. I didn't have time to get it all set up. But now I have 2 weeks to get it all set up and ready to go, which is great. But yeah, you'll find me for all football related stuff at Spider LFC, on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and yeah, all of the above really. And you'll find me at Irish Spider Guy on Twitch and YouTube and Spider on Facebook. So yeah, you'll find me all there for all the gaming type stuff and whatnot. There's a lot of gaming things coming up as well in the future, so keep an eye on that. It's gonna be busy. I think coming up to Christmas, especially. You've got what's it called? The Indiana Jones game is coming out, and all of these kind of things. They're all coming out now at the same time. Yeah, so. Yeah.
Happy days, eh? So if you didn't see a game, make sure you head over to Kev's channel and all the socials as well. Reds, we're flying. Hopefully, we're 10 points clear of Arsenal tomorrow. We'll be live after those games as well, and we'll analyse their fixtures, their results as well, and where it stands, Liverpool, hopefully in greater stead as we do find ourselves currently tonight as well. But Reds, if you are watching on the repeat, do drop a like on the video, hit that subscribe button down below, head over to Spider LFC. And yeah, obviously, ladies are on tomorrow, BBC2 tomorrow. I think that's against Chelsea. So a big game for the ladies. Best of luck to them. I think it is Chelsea as well. That's obviously, it wasn't too long ago. Liverpool's ladies did win. I think they won away last season against Chelsea's ladies, which was a massive result. Might have been home or away, but it was a big result last year. And certainly, if they can get 3 points against Chelsea this week, it'll be certainly on the road for qualifying for their Champions League campaign for this season as well. Yeah, big up there, Lee. Nice one. Make sure you do check out that tomorrow, Reds, as well. More LFC content for ladies and give all the support you can as well. But yeah, Reds, see you tomorrow. Post the Premier League fixtures as well. I might do a watch along. I think I might do, yeah. And but Reds, have a lovely rest of your night. Enjoy your Saturday evening, whatever you're up to. And we will see you tomorrow for another episode. Nice one, Kev. Most importantly as well, chat. Massive thank you for all of you for your continued support. To that.